Good morning, everyone. It's an enormous pleasure to be here this morning. When we launched the Earthshot Prize in 2020, we believed we could show the world evidence of progress towards what felt like immense climate and nature goals. Today, we have more than belief. We now have proof. Solutions are working, capital is moving, policy is shifting, partnerships are forming. Our own finalists are scaling, progress is starting to build on itself. This is why I feel more optimistic than ever. Not because the challenge is smaller than it was, not because the science is less urgent, but because the proof is stronger than ever before. Since 2020, the Earthshot Prize has reviewed almost 7,000 nominations from around the world. We have supported 75 finalists, awarded £25 million in prize funds, and the impact goes much, much further. Together, those finalists have already helped avoid or capture 18 million tons of carbon dioxide. They have protected and restored 1.4 million square kilometers of land, ocean, and coastline. They have saved 21 million tons of water, and they have removed, upcycled, or avoided almost 500,000 tons of waste. Those numbers matter. They mean individual lives and entire systems are changing as our finalists achieve big things. We can see it in cities. Bogota proves that air pollution can fall even as a city grows. The state of Gujarat in India shows how a clean air policy in one state can become a blueprint for others. We can see it in nature. In Brazil, our home last year, Regreen is using satellite data to enhance vast landscapes at scale. Belterra is bringing pasture back to life, planting trees and crops, and creating income for local communities. We can see it in the ocean. After more than 2 decades of diplomacy, the High Seas Treaty has created the first global framework to protect international waters. Matter's ingenious filter stops microplastics before they even reach the water. One is a treaty, one is a filter. Together they remind us that ocean protection cannot begin at the shoreline. It has to be designed directly into the systems that create pollution. We can see it in the energy system itself. Form is building the world's largest battery system, proving that renewable energy can be reliant and resilient. And we can see it in the human stories. In the 90 million children whose study, thanks to daylight, is no longer limited to the hours kept by the sun. And in Bangladesh, where friendship is restoring one of the largest mangrove communities in the world. This is what proof looks like when it repeats. Whole systems beginning to move. And that inspiration is taking hold. Our finalists are exemplars of a wider movement that is proving that we can turn the tide within this decade. We are now over halfway through, and by 2030, the prize will have supported 150 finalists. The focus for us now is to connect them, to back them, and scale them to make momentum self-propelling. That is why this year matters. We are taking this story to India, the biggest country on Earth, home to the world's largest youth population and more Earthshot winners and finalists than any other country. India has already shown what speed and scale can look like. Solutions born there have the power to shape the world. The planet does not have time for inch-by-inch change. One day people will look back at this decade and ask, when the evidence was clear, what did we do with it? When we saw forests being restored, did we help restoration spread? When we saw clean air policies working, did we help other cities follow? When we saw the energy systems transform, did we fully commit? When we saw communities on the front line becoming leaders in resilience, did we stand behind them? That is the responsibility of this moment. And it is this story that matters. Not just the problems we face, but the collective response to tackle them. The challenge can still feel immense, but the proof is now in front of us. And history will ask what we did with it. Thank you.